So, this must be the place.
It is.
Doesn't look like much. Look like it's about as useful as eyes on a blind man.
I assure you, it is a grand location, easily defensible. See that glimmering? Gold is nearby. A city here would transform all of our lives for the better.
Hate to burst your bubble, daydream believer, but it's too far from our capital. What's your next so-called site?
That is not the point, General. We need the room for expansion.
Damn it, man, don't you get it? We have enemies all around us. We can't defend two cities that are so far from each other. We can't move like the wind. We're not birds or cheetahs or any of those other wild beasts. We don't have their speed, but we certainly have bigger brains, and my bigger brains say we don't need a city this far from our capital.
But I have the greatest confidence in your skills.
Confidence doesn't carry a sling, a pike, hell, not even a bow. We're good, but we need to eliminate the enemy before they eliminate us. I don't see why we have to waste our time and energies guarding you and these civilians anyways. There, I tried it. Civilians. Nope, that doesn't sound right no matter how you slice it. Civvies they always were, and civvies they'll always be.
The Council ordered you to accompany us to this site. Can you not understand that this is the best that we could locate?
I've got your new orders right here, Starlight So Bright Kiss.
Very well then, Sir Marsh. I appreciate your concern about the location. However, to reiterate, I am certain that this is the most ideal place to situate a new city.
How is the best site the first site?
This is not the first site.
That's what you told the Council, Intrepid. You lied to our government.
I never.
You're lying to us then?
Stupid Lopak! We're the ones with the weapons.
What is your problem with this location?
You and that lookout fellow returned to the capital pretty quickly after you left. How can you be sure that there aren't better sites out there?
Lookout and I are expertly trained scouts. We know how to do our job. Do you, sir?
Yorick!
Listen here, Cupcake. It's time you get with the program. His name is Trigger, and my name is Marshmallow. We're a damned military, and we're covering your sorry ass. If you know what's good for you, you'll call me Marsh. No sir is in charge here.
I wouldn't be so certain, Intrepid. If I were you, I'd have been scared about being out here alone in the wilderness too. So I would have looked fondly in the first decent spot I found. Besides, how can you assure us that the area is clear of dangers?
Like you yourself told the Council, Trigger, the enemy is to the north. This is the south. They could not have expanded this far.
Well, la-ti-da, how nice for you. You can tell directions, and you're an explorer by training, no less. Want a gold star shoved down your freaking throat?
Cool it, Marsh. As surprised as I am, Intrepid has a point. I suggest we explore some more in this area. Maybe even move further from the capital, in search for a better location. The more distance we put between ourselves and our northern enemies, the better.
Is moronity infectious around here?
Only if you're referring to your somewhat failing grasp of both our language and my practice.
You don't get it. Guess I'll have to do the thinking for all three of us. Here's how it's gonna be. We're gonna settle some new digs back a few miles, right near the capital where it should be.
Grammar school cannot come around soon enough.
The capital needs room for expansion!
True, true.
Damn she!
You are out of the line.
And you're a bloody fool. Do you want to get us all slaughtered by some raving madmen? 'Cause you're doing a damn fine job of making it happen.
Don't even start with your fear-mongering. We are highly trained soldiers. We can deal with any adversity that dares cross our path.
At least one of you is. But what about the other?
Get it through your thick skull here and now, freak. All Trig needs to do is connect the dots that I've drawn to realize that we ought to defend our cities with real men and real weapons than some touchy-feely notion of assured peace and harmony.
Citizens can take up arms when needed.
Sure thing, Sunshine. Civvies won't be of any use in a physical assault. Brilliant strategy.
How can you know?
Can they hunt animals even half as well as we can? Do they not run in fear when they see lions and tigers?
Oh my.
I see what you mean, Marsh, but I stand by my decision. We need to scout further afield to see if there are any better city sites.
But your decision is idiotic!
Gentlemen, please. I am the explorer here. I know this area, and this location is ideal, period. Nowhere else provides as good a defensive location, with such valuable resources nearby.
Come, Terwako men. I have discovered a deposit of amazing material.
You have scouted out a resource?
And what a resource it is! Gold! Enough to deck the palace with gilded walls and shining floors.
Pharaoh will be pleased to know of such a discovery.
We must return and tell him of this as soon as possible.
Indeed. But first you must examine the rest of the area, the other side of the cliff, for predators.
No, this information is too pressing. It is doubtful that there will be any danger to us on the other side. We must return to Pharaoh before he starts to fear we have joined our ancestors in the afterlife. We have been away from home for more than a dozen moons. Any further exploration will take time, and time we have not. Come, let us go before they start burning funeral pyres in mourning.
You never would have guessed what the little one said the other day when I told him about the new city site.
I suppose I never will guess. How about you tell me, rather than keeping me in suspense?
He said, and this just beats all, he said, "Daddy?" And I said, "Outlook, what's on your mind?" And he says, "So if we move to this city, that means I'll be able to go outside again?" Don't that just beat all? You see, we used to let him play outside, till the neighbors took up cussin' and throwing things out their windows. See, you know, with all the broken plates in our backyard, we can't feel safe knowing that little Audi might step on one of those shards and injure himself.
Yes, that would be a tragedy.
You betcha! Just like in one of them awful plays by Sophocles, you know?
Of course! Oh, look! There's the others! Whew! What ho! Our generals!
Who goes there, friend or foe?
Hello, gents. Intrepid, it's great to see you again.
The pleasure is all yours.
It sure is. Look, you guys were taking so long, and some of the people returned to the city.
Someone left without orders.
Now, they couldn't tell us why you guys were arguing about the spot, so the council sent me and Jason here to figure out why you're having troubles.
How dare someone leave without orders? I demand you, tell me his name.
I think I saw Achilles going with him.
I should have known. His desertion undermines our authority.
And who might be to blame for that?
I've had just about enough of your lip, princess.
Enough! We come on official council business and respectfully request to know why you have failed to decide on a suitable location.
It's like I told your puppy Intrepid. We can't defend this city and the capital at the same time. We've got too many civvies, not enough soldiers.
That would be why we are looking to found a new city, General.
Go blow it out your...
Look, Councilman, we have good reason to believe that these explorers stopped looking at finding just one suitable location.
That is because this is the only suitable location.
How's that?
All around us to the west is heavy woodland growth. It would take a vast investment in time before we could clear it. And to the east, there is a swamp. Now we certainly cannot build anything there.
And there's gold in those there hills.
Mountains, look out. Those are mountains. Do try and keep up.
Why in the bellies of the gods' wives didn't you tell us that earlier, Intrep? What's your problem?
You believe that there may be better places to build a new city, and fear that this is too far from the capital, correct?
Again, no believin', just knowin'.
Where does that leave us?
That's politics for you, but I guess it's your call. But remember, Trig and myself are the military tacticians around here. Our opinion is worth pales more than those of those hosey flitsits over there.
I'll tell you what I've realized after talking to my kid every time he complains that he can't play in our backyard, 'cause it's filled with broken plates and shards.
Oh, for the love of God, spare me now.
Moving along!
Trig, how's about you and Marsh take mine and Trep's maps, and you can look around yourselves?
That's your job, sweet cheeks. You've got another thought coming.
He had one already.
Please allow me to interject.
Please allow me the restraint from shutting you up.
Do you ever take anything seriously, Marsh? Why don't you try now for once? Generals, you've already indicated that you want the new city close to the capital, and I accept your logic. But perhaps you can indeed find an appropriate location on one of the Scouts' existing maps.
You can't be serious.
Now who's got another thought coming?
Are you questioning this esteemed member of the council?
All we're saying is...
Splendid! Then it is agreed. Look out, will you accompany me back to the capital, where we will inform the council and Tycoon of our resolution?
Trigger, you must have been raised by ignorant peasants. You can't build a city without taking defense into consideration. See here, our enemies would have the high ground.
Well, I suppose you'd prefer to be soaked in the swampy marshes, all while watching our city sink into oblivion.
No enemy would be able to sneak up on us. They'd all get bogged down.
Damn it, man. So would we. And just think of the diseases. You can't put the city that close to the capital. You can practically see the outskirts.
You got something against outskirts?
Why are you still joking at a time like this? You're talking about building on agricultural land. We're having trouble enough feeding our population as it is. Building a city there will ruin us all. Not to mention the fact there is absolutely no room for expansion. What are you thinking? That's acceptable to me.
About as good as can be expected.
This will show that pompous politician.
Yeah, let's send Intrep after him. Hey, Inty! Intrep be my man. Get yourself over here.
You called.
Look at this.
Ah, I see you have decided on a location for the second city.
Yeah, take this to Jason and tell the council to get a move on.
Are you sure?
Of course we are. Why do you question?
Get out of our faces and go scurrying back to those seat warmers with the plan.
Well, gentlemen, Trigger, Marshmallow?
Hey, you! It's Marsh, remember? You're about as bright as the end of a candle wick, otherwise known as Lookout.
What are you getting at, Intrepid?
Well, how best to put this? Have you been paying attention to the workers these past few days?
We've been too busy poring over maps and exploring terrain to pay attention to any civvies.
Perhaps you should take a moment, then, to see what our people have been accomplishing.
Shit!
Who ordered this? Was it you?
I have nothing to do with this situation whatsoever.
It was virtue then. I never trusted that street urchin.
Now who's being disrespectful with words?
Virtue had nothing to do with it either. I am certain of that.
Then who in the right hand of the gods was it who ordered them to do this? Civvies can't do anything without orders.
Good day, gentlemen. I don't believe that we have met. I'm Tycoon, and I'm the leading businessman in the capital. When Jason and that scout came back a few months ago, the council decided to, how shall we say, turn the matter over to civilian administration, since you two were unable to come to an agreement. I hope this doesn't upset your sense of importance or self-worth too much. I'm really looking forward to exploring exciting business opportunities with you in the future.
Who in the countless gods' names do you think you are?
Didn't I just say? Well, in case I didn't, I'm Tycoon. Wanna shake my hand? I've got a golden touch. Everything I touch is lucky. So if I give you a good hard shake, you're likely to become lucky too.
Who knows where your hands have been?
I'll pass.
Oh, well, your loss then. An opportunity like this only arises once in a lifetime.
Let's back it up here, Fancy Pants. You have no authority. None. I know because I'm the one who gives authority on these matters, and as sure as my voice is irresistible, I haven't given any to you.
I'm sorry that this construction upsets you so, Marshmallow. But you're going to have to come to terms with it on your own. The council gave me orders, and had the power to do so. And who am I to disregard the council's wishes?
Who are you? A very sorry little man who's about to get his...
Marsh, please. This construction is not Tycoon's fault. He is just the council's instrument.
Oh, he's a tool, all right.
What was the council thinking? They did not even consult us. The perimeter is not even secured.
We were assured that this site was quite safe. There is no reason to worry.
Guardsman, even if there aren't any enemy humans around, there are certainly a lot of wild animals prowling about in these parts. Do you value your workers' lives so little as to not even post a guard?
Unless money grows on trees in the land you've surveyed, that's a luxury we can ill afford.
Isn't it a pity that some of their workers wandered off too far?